So, how much money is enough? It's probably one of the biggest questions out there, right? We're going to try and tackle that today. How much money do you actually need to be happy?
Okay, I want you to really think about this for a second. Let's just say your income doubled tomorrow. What would that feel like? I mean, your bank account looks a whole lot healthier, that not a financial stress that's always in your stomach. Poofed, it's gone. You've made it. But would that feeling of joy, that deep satisfaction, would it actually last?
Because here's the crazy part. There's a real chance that the number you're chasing right now, the one that you think defines success, well, it might not actually change how you feel in the long run. It might not deliver the happiness you're expecting when you finally hit it.
So that leads to a huge question. Is there a happiness cap? A point where more money just stops making you happier. Like a ceiling on well-being that no amount of extra income can actually break through. And what if you've already passed it? I mean, right now. What if you're already earning enough to be at your peak happiness potential? What if this whole chase for more is just, well, a chase? To really get why this might be true, we've got to dive into the psychology behind it all. Okay, so our first stop is a really core concept in psychology. It perfectly explains why that new car or that big pay raise, why that joy doesn't last. It's called the hedonic treadmill. And yeah, it's pretty much the reason why our new normal just never feels all that special for very long. Right, so the official scientific term for this is hedonic adaptation. Think of it like our brain's built-in reset button. It doesn't matter if you get a huge promotion or you get stuck in the worst traffic of your life. We have this incredible and honestly sometimes really frustrating ability to just go back to our baseline level of happiness. And this quote from Karen Baines just nails how this whole thing works with our money. She says, "The joy of a small windfall, raise, or bonus at work is soon over. And in the case of a raise, we'll often immediately let a little lifestyle inflation eat it up." It's so true, right? That initial rush from a bonus feels amazing, but it just fades. And the worst part? We often let our spending grow to match that new income, pretty much erasing the gain completely. This lays out the cycle perfectly. Let's just walk through it. 1, you get a pay raise. Awesome. 2, you feel that temporary boost in happiness. But then, 3, your spending starts to creep up to match it. This is lifestyle creep, right? The slightly nicer car, the more expensive dinners out, all those little upgrades. Then 4, this new, fancier lifestyle becomes your new baseline. It's not special anymore, it's just normal. And that leads to 5, you start looking for the next raise to get that feeling back. You're running and running on this treadmill, but you're not actually getting anywhere. But it's not just about what's going on inside our own heads. A huge piece of this puzzle is external. It's all about what's happening around us. And this is what takes us from that treadmill right into something called the comparison trap. And here's the thing about the comparison trap. It's not just about what we have. It's about what we have relative to other people. Our satisfaction isn't just measured by the absolute number in our bank account. A huge, huge factor is how that number stacks up against our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues. It's wild, but you can think of it like this. Evolutionarily, our rank within the tribe was literally a matter of survival. And that ancient software, it's still running in our brains today. Okay, to really show you how powerful this is, let's look at this classic study from back in 1998. Researchers gave people a really simple but kind of profound choice. And I want you to really think about which one of these two worlds you would personally choose to live in. Okay, so here are the options. In World A, your salary is $50,000 a year, but everyone else around you only makes $25,000. Now, in World B, you make double that, $100,000 a year, but everyone else is making $200,000. And just to be clear, the prices for everything are exactly the same in both worlds. So, which one do you pick? I mean, logically, the choice seems obvious, right? It's got to be option B. You're making twice as much money. You have double the purchasing power. You can afford a much better life. It's a total no-brainer, isn't it? Well, the results were absolutely stunning. A full 50% of people chose option A. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. Half the people in the study chose to earn less money, as long as it meant they had more than their neighbors. That is the incredible power of relative status. We are so deeply wired for social comparison that our sense of well-being can actually be tied more to our rank than to our actual real-world wealth. Okay, so if we know that just earning more money gets us stuck on this psychological treadmill and trapped in this endless comparison game, It really makes you ask, what is money even for? Well, it turns out there's a really powerful alternative, and it involves thinking about money not as the end goal, but as a tool to buy something way more valuable. So let's just reframe this whole question. Instead of asking, how can I earn more? What if the real question is, what is the absolute best way to use the money I already have to make my life better?
And the answer from what a lot of the research suggests is this: use your money to buy the one resource we can't make more of: time. I mean, think about it. It's the only thing that's truly finite. You can always make another dollar, but you can never make another minute. And that shift in perspective, it's everything.
And it's not just a nice idea. The data totally backs this up. There was a big multi-country study that looked at people in the US, Canada, Denmark, and the Netherlands, and it found a really clear link. People who spent money on time-saving services reported being more satisfied with their lives overall. So what does buying time actually look like? Well, we're not talking about anything super extravagant. It can be as simple as getting your groceries or a meal delivered instead of spending an hour at the store. It could be taking a taxi instead of the long bus ride. Or maybe it's hiring someone for housekeeping or lawn care. It's basically about outsourcing those little mundane tasks that just chip away at your day. And here's the most important part. The goal isn't just to get out of doing chores you hate. It's about freeing up your time for the positive stuff. It's about creating space in your life for the things that actually bring you joy, whether that's spending more time with your family, picking up a hobby, or honestly, just having a moment to relax and breathe. It helps fight off that feeling of time famine. You know, that constant stress of having way too much to do and never enough time. You see how this just completely shifts the question? We go from asking, how much do I need to earn, to asking, what do I want my time for? It totally reframes our relationship with money. The goal isn't just about hitting some magic number in a bank account anymore. It's about designing a life where you have more control over your most precious asset, your time. So that brings me to a final question, and I'm really curious what you think. Would you trade income for more time? I mean, really, would you take a pay cut for a shorter commute or more vacation days? Your answer to that, well, it might just tell you what enough really means to you.